Hello, this is a channeled message for you, and I know that it found you at just the perfect time. For a lot of you, you may be going through a period right now where you're feeling sort of uncomfortable. You're trying to make it work, and you know that you're where you're supposed to be, and you know you're on the right track, but yet you're just like, I'm getting this fidgety feeling of like you just can't get comfortable. You keep moving around, you keep trying to make it work, and it feels like things just aren't clicking. And I want to start by saying that is because we are going through some massive upgrades on the planet. There's some big shifts that are happening. And so I don't want you to think that it's an indication that you're on the right path. You're not. You're very much on the right path. It's just that there are parts of you who are still holding on to this old illusion, that are getting agitated by these changes, that are getting agitated because your being knows your manifestations and your desires are coming in, and your ego and these other kind of shadowy parts of yourself are kind of freaking out. And it's making things a little bit uncomfortable right now. But I'm here to tell you that this is temporary, and this is just an adjustment process. So sit with your body and breathe. Breathing is so important. Meditating is so important. If you don't have a meditation practice already, I'm urging you to start one, because Spirit is delivering very important messages to us all very quickly about our missions here on Earth, because we are going through a very pivotal time on the planet. For some of you, you may be unblocking your throat chakras. I'm noticing myself stumbling on my words a little bit. If you didn't notice that, then the message for you is that you are in your head more and judging yourself more than the outside world. So speak your voice and express yourself. If you did notice it, then the message is to not worry so much about perfectionism and to just say it. Express it. It's okay if it's messy. It's okay. It's about you sharing and speaking and expressing. And this has been a theme that we've been seeing on this channel, the importance of using your voice, of speaking, of sharing your gifts, because those who are attracted to this channel, those who this new YouTube channel reaches, if this channel reaches you, it's not by coincidence. It is destined. It is aligned. We decided on a soul level that you would find me, and I would deliver this message to you right here, right now. With everything going on in your life and my life, it doesn't matter. We needed to find each other right now. So I want to pull some cards today to sort of get a little bit more clarity, get a little bit more messages going for you. 3 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Yes. Okay. So I can feel the discomfort. And with this 3 of Swords, this three of Swords, it has to do with heartbreak and pain. But the thing that people don't realize about the 3 of Swords is that it is not the heartbreak itself. It is not these 3 swords. It's not the moment of these 3 swords going in. Instead, it is the moment that we realize those 3 swords are not us, that we are not the heartbreak, that we can take them out. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're really realizing this. And for some of you, you're healing and you're reprocessing things that may have been stored in your body, for some of you, for years. And so it's going to be a little uncomfortable. It's also, again, like what I said at the beginning, it's like these shadowy parts of us, the parts of us that are part of the illusion that are not us, are getting really agitated and really loud right now. And so you're not doing anything wrong. You're not backsliding. In fact, you are doing everything right. It's just that you have to move through this period, and you have to allow yourself to get out on the other side and trust yourself and love yourself enough to know that even in your less than perfect moments, you are still worthy. You are still loved. You are still aligned. You are still my Earth Angels and Fairies. And what's interesting is that behind it, we have this Ace of Wands. So what lies on the other side of you facing these swords and, just walking through the shadow, through the heartbreak, is this brand new opportunity that has to do with you sharing your gifts, shining your light. And it's like, this is a new opportunity that's being handed to you, but you hold the thing. This is about you sharing and expressing your gifts with other people. It's more about you getting the opportunity to do that. For some of you, it could be that your gifts, your work, your creations are getting put in front of a bigger audience of people. And that's why you're healing these shadows now, is because you can't bring them with you. You are upgrading so much. And it's like, these shadows, this pain, this kind of like wonky energy you've been in, this is like from the old, and it's falling away. And for a lot of you, it's like you're seeing how you've been wearing a blindfold. For some of you, some of us are questioning like core beliefs that we have not investigated, that we just accepted as truth, and seeing how much of what we bought into and believed and based our lives off of were lies, were propaganda, were not actually coming from us. Sometimes we can have these feelings like, how could I have thought that? How could I have done that? You would be surprised how many of your thoughts are not actually your own. However, you are becoming very aware of what is and isn't you, and it's allowing you to see through the bullshit, to take off the blindfold, and to really, it's like you're getting clarity, and you're afraid that if you take off the blindfold, you're going to see chaos, but you're not. You're going to see the truth. And I think that you're afraid that if you take the blindfold off fully, you will lose total trust in all the institutions and the laws and the order, and then you will have no grounding in reality. You know, I'm almost getting this feeling of like, you're afraid if you take off the blindfold, if you step out of the illusion, then you'll lose your mind. And I'm here to tell you that connecting to the truth is what you're meant to do, is what you're destined here to do. And a lot of us have been functioning under a playbook that we never consented to, that we never agreed to, that honestly is kind of insane. And so it's like seeming crazy according to who? Who is measuring what is sane and what is not sane? Because we know that throughout history, people like you, people like me, have been persecuted, even killed, institutionalized for speaking the truth, for sharing our gifts. That doesn't make us crazy. And so it's like, I'm getting for a lot of you, it's like you're identifying these past life wounds. And I think that the fear of being crazy and ostracized is a shadow that you're working through right now. And Spirit is telling you that it's safe for you to do that. It's safe for you to explore this and to go under and take off that blindfold. I have the Lovers, okay? This is part of a soul contract that you have. You're meant to heal this, to uncover it. You don't need to be afraid. And also, it's like things are different now. You're not going to have the same result that you did in this past life where you were punished. It's like you have been in this energy of having to fight. And I think that a lot of you may have beliefs and knowings inside of you that are quite outside the norm, and you're afraid of the battles that you'll have to fight and what you'll have to do in order to defend yourself, in order to speak the truth, in order to be safe. But what I'm seeing is that actually it'll be the opposite. You will find that when you start expressing yourself and speaking the truth and sharing your gifts, that's when things get really easy. That's when the abundance comes. That's when the love offers come in. That's when, you sell the house, you get the house, you get the whatever it is that you are desiring. I feel like you sharing your gifts and closing out this past life sort of patterning that's been on repeat subconsciously is going to help you get more stability and more comfort in your physical 3D reality. Like I'm seeing like financial and monetary support and abundance. And it's coming from you taking off the blindfold and embarking on this new version of discovering yourself, of expressing yourself, of sharing your gifts. And it's like you are embodying this full energy, but you're carrying with you everything that you've learned and you've gathered up until this point. And it's like, to some degree, I'm getting, it's like you don't even know what you've been carrying with you. And so you're getting clarity on that, and you're dropping some of the stuff that isn't serving you, which is going to allow you to embody this full energy in a way that's like much more free and easier, and like without all the emotional baggage. Like you can just show up as yourself and express yourself. And it's like, that's what you've wanted for so long. It's like you don't want the baggage. You don't want the drama. You don't want the problems. You just want to speak the truth, and you want to be heard, and you want it to reach people who resonate and who understand what you're saying. I think a lot of you in this collective, like, you have a deep fear of being misunderstood because you know what the consequences can be for being misunderstood. And it's not just like, oh, I'm uncomfortable in my body. Yeah. You dropping the baggage and processing and taking the blindfold off, it is going to bring you so much abundance and success in this life, because it's like you, honestly, it's like with this Lovers card, okay, it's like this Lovers can be about contracts. And so I think about a soul contract, right? So I think that in past lives, you were punished and ostracized, possibly institutionalized for sharing your gifts, for speaking the truth. And so now it's like you're here, and it's kind of like you and a handful of other souls are getting a do-over with this. And it's like you're meant to shed the pain, the shadows, the limiting beliefs, and the fear, because this time around the world is ready, and you're going to be, instead of punished, you're going to be uplifted and supported and celebrated for sharing your gifts. And that's why it's so important. It's like, it's about other people closing out karmic cycles too. And so that's why it's so important for you to receive your abundance, because it's like you receiving your abundance is actually healing other people's karma as well. I hope that makes sense for some of you, and is hopefully helping some of you feel a little bit more at ease in your nervous system. You know, it's not going to play out the same way that it did in the past. And people want to show you that they're ready. People want to show you that they're listening. And it's like, there's never been a better time on earth than now for this to happen. It's kind of like, okay, everybody, we got to close this stuff out. We got to get on it. Peace. That's what you desire, is really just like peace and harmony, and to create and share without the fear, without the judgment. And there's a fork in the road that you're facing right now. It's like, I know that you desire peace, and so I think that sometimes it could be like, I protect my peace, so I'm not going to look at this shadow. I'm not going to look at these 3 of Swords. I'm just going to pretend like they're not there, and I'm going to go about my business, because it's going to disturb my peace to pull out these swords to look at this stuff. But there's another sort of side to that coin, which is that you're ignoring it and you are depriving yourself of peace, because taking out these swords and dealing with this shadow is what's going to heal it and allow the peace to really come in. It's like you desire peace, but what the peace you've experienced this far, it's like a band-aid solution. It's not the real peace. It's like, it's temporary. But by going in and doing this work and healing, embodying this new version of you that shares their gifts, that expresses their truth, it's going to show you what true peace is. And it's so much better, is what I'm hearing. It's like, it's so much better than what you've experienced. It's like, you don't even fully know what peace is yet. I seeing this unfinished symphony card. It's like, there's unfinished business between you and these other souls. And so you sharing your gift is going to close the loop that gives everybody in this situation peace, allows everybody to move on, allows everybody to ascend. And that's why it's so important right now for you to love yourself enough to share your gifts. Because what you have, and it's like, what you've been offering has always been the truth. It's just like you were unfairly treated. And for a lot of you, I'm getting, this was even in a past life. This wasn't even in this life, but you feel it. It has shown up. You've seen this block, this core block in your life, even if you didn't know where it came from. For some of you, it could have been in this life, but I'm picking up, this is like deep, deep stuff that we are healing and dredging up. And it's safe for you to do so. And it's going to bring you all the abundance and all the love because it's part of your mission here. I also want to mention, so my cat Neri is in here with us today, and she, of my two cats, she's actually the one that's more shy and reserved, and however, she is also like my little witch. She always knows whenever I'm doing tarot readings or magic, and she always kind of comes around. And so there have been videos in the past that she's come in here for, and it's like, even though she knows I'm going to close the door, she doesn't like to be like trapped in places. So even though she knows I'm going to close the door, she still like comes in here and is excited. And I think that's because she can feel the magic that we're cultivating here. But there's a message in here that I really was picking up today, especially, which is like, you are feeling drawn into spaces that are going to force you to make a decision. And I know that for a lot of you, you like to have your options wide open. You don't like to get boxed in. But you're feeling yourself drawn to very specific places or events or decisions, and you're a little bit hesitant because it's like, if I pick this, then I definitely can't pick this other thing. But if you just let your intuition lead the way and trust that it is the truth, that it is what's best for you, that's, again, that is a roadmap. This is a sign of how we are creating our dream life, manifesting our desires, creating the stability and abundance that we desire, that we see in our future by expressing our truth. And so I'm just getting this feeling, it's like sometimes making the decision and cutting off the other possibilities is what serves the highest good of love and peace, because then it's not this leaky thing where you're going back and forth and you're not sure and you just don't want to make a decision. It's like, you will be surprised how much peace and calm you will feel when you just make the decision, especially because you're going to make the decision that's aligned with your intuition. I'm not even going to say if, I just know that you are, because I know that you're someone who takes this stuff to heart, who listens, who really truly feels, knows themselves. You know when something is a yes. You know when something is a no. Let that guide you. That is like, that's gold. That's the most important thing. So I know that it can feel a little heavy for some of you right now, but I'm really getting this message to keep going. Don't take that as a sign that you're in the wrong direction. It's actually just like all this shadowy stuff getting dredged up and woken up, and it's throwing a fit because it knows that it's over. It knows that it's on its way out and that you're stepping into this abundance. You're stepping into your truth. So that is the message that came through today. I hope that it resonated with you, and I am sending you so much love during this process. I know you can do this, and I'm so proud of you. Sending so much love, and so it is.